Hey guys, it's Mike here from ProPhysio Plus, and today we're going to talk about shoulder pain and how we can identify and understand our shoulder pain a bit better. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel and share with your friends. Alright, let's jump in. So what causes shoulder pain without injury? So there are many factors that can contribute to an individual's shoulder pain. The first one being postural overload. So this is simply an imbalance between the muscles of the front and the back, and this can result in shoulder pain, especially with lifting movements. The second is osteoarthritis, which is simply the breakdown of the cartilage of our joints over time. The next one is rheumatoid arthritis, which is more of an autoimmune disorder. This is where the body attacks itself, breaking down the cartilage around the joint. Next is a less likely reason, which is cervical nerve root compression, which is simply pinching of one of the spinal nerves in the neck, and this can result in pins and needles going across the arm or further down into the fingers, and this is usually past this bony point over here known as the acromion. And you can also have shoulder pain from this, with the pain that is caused from the neck can also cause tightness within the muscles around the shoulder. Next is frozen shoulder, otherwise known as adhesive capsulitis, and this is just an accumulation of scar tissue which results within the joint capsule, and this can be from a variety of injuries which usually results in a loss of joint range of motion. Why does my shoulder hurt when I lift my arm? To understand this, we really need to get into the anatomy of the shoulder joint. So if we can think of the shoulder, it's made up of the scap, so we're just going to make the socket right over here, and then our arm bone. So as we can see, our arm bone fits into the socket over here, and sometimes when we're moving our arm and our posture isn't too great, it can make contact with this bony part at the top over here. The problem with that is under the bony block are certain structures like our bursa and as well as a particular tendon, and if we haven't got great posture, we can then pinch this structure. This can be from a multitude of reasons, being postural overload as we discussed earlier, muscle weakness, trauma to the area, as well as shoulder instability.
Alright guys, so a great exercise for shoulder pain is the shoulder big three. So credit to Andrew Locke who's made this great sequence up. So this works wonders. I've tried it on all my clients and Mike's tried it as well, and we get great results. So I'm going to dive straight into it. Mike's got 1 kilo dumbbells in his hands, and you're going to make a nice T, so arms in line with the shoulder, and all you're going to do is just literally just lift the arms up in the air and back down. Good. And again. Good. And when you're coming down, pretend there's eggshells on the ground, so you don't want to hit the ground too hard, and just keep repeating the process. So the rep range will vary depending on person to person. For now, Mike's just going to do 10, but ideally I normally start with 25, but we regress or progress depending on how they go. You can regress by going less reps or having no weights. Let's say Mike's done about 25 there. Then we're going to go straight into the next one, arms by your side, and all you're going to do is just relax the shoulders and just lift straight up in the air. Good. So this really works the internal rotators of the shoulder joint. Good. Keep your arms close to your body. Nice. And once again, rep range will vary. Ideally, I start with 15, but you can go up to 25 or you can progress the weight. Good. And Mike's done a fair few reps there. And then the third one is turning the hands the other way. Beautiful. So for this one, you really want to sort of lift the thumb side up and try and turn it up this way and then back down. So lift the thumb side up and go. So normally, a lot of people have a little bit difficulty doing this one. So you can go body weight and progress as you get better with weights. And I start with 10 reps and then progress accordingly or regress. All right, so there you have it. That's the shoulder big three. Andrew Locke made this great sequence once again. Please give it a go and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hey guys, it's Aarvi here from ProPhysio Plus and Mike. So we're going to go through a quickfire questions that we get in the clinic and on the internet. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what causes shoulder pain without injury?
So shoulder pain without injury can be due to a variety of factors, being postural overload, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, as well as cervical nerve root compression and frozen shoulder.
Question 2. So why does my shoulder hurt when I lift my arm?
Among the other things we have mentioned, this can be due to impingement, which is the pinching of the structures below the tip of the shoulder, known as the acromion, and this can result in pain.
And what does shoulder bursitis feel like?
Yeah, so shoulder bursitis feels like a warm, dull ache around the shoulder and can manifest itself while you are at rest or even sleeping.
All right, question 4. So how do I get my shoulder to stop hurting?
Yeah, so this always starts with a good assessment to identify any bad habits. Then it's important to learn good movement patterns, again, to make up for those old habits that you would have had. And usually it requires avoiding any sedentary behavior and definitely investing in postural strength.
Thanks, Mike, for those answers for those questions. I hope you guys enjoyed them, and remember, making healthy simple.